Welcome to Book Reviews, where we explore the best books across every genre. I'm Joanna McCann. I'm joined as always by Gerald LeBlanc. Don't forget to grab your free copy of the audiobook using the link in the description below. Let's get started.
All right, so you want to know if The Swarm, this book by Andy Marino, is actually worth reading?
Yeah,
That's what we're here for today.
exactly.
We've got some excerpts straight from the book. Some of the marketing stuff, the blurbs.
Right.
And we are going to do our best.
Put on our critic hats.
Yeah. Literary critic hats.
No spoilers, though.
No spoilers. We want you to read the book.
Right.
We just want to give you enough to,
To whet your appetite.
to decide if you want to take the plunge.
Yeah, think of us as your book scouts. You know?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Giving you the lay of the land.
Yeah.
But we're looking for those, those gold nuggets that make a book really captivating, right?
Yeah.
The themes,
Yeah.
the writing style,
Yeah.
the things that make you want to stay up all night reading.
Oh, yeah, those page turners.
Exactly.
And this one, I got to say, just glancing through, it seems like it's got that in spades.
Yeah, it looks promising.
I mean, a cicada-driven apocalypse,
I know.
that's not something you see every day.
It's definitely a fresh take, like I haven't seen that before.
Right. It's like, what?
On the whole apocalyptic scenario.
Yeah.
And what I find really interesting is how,
Yeah.
Marino doesn't just like throw you right into the chaos from page one.
Oh, interesting.
These excerpts, they show this slow burn, right? How this cicada infestation just starts to unravel the world.
Oh, that's cool.
Like at first, there's just confusion,
Right.
then denial, and then
Roar.
things get pretty crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
And that's where Marino's skill as a writer, it really shines, I think.
Okay.
He creates this sense of dread, like even in these early excerpts, you can almost hear the cicadas buzzing,
Yeah.
You feel the unease like growing among the characters.
You get that sense of almost like a creepy, crawly feeling
Yes.
reading it.
He uses such vivid descriptions, especially when it comes to sound. There's this one excerpt I remember, it describes the cicada song as a chorus of tiny saws relentlessly gnawing at the edges of reality.
Wow.
It's unsettling.
That is an intense image.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, oh, they're annoying and loud. It's like
No, it's like deeply unsettling.
they're messing with the fabric of reality.
Yeah, it's like he wants you to feel the anxiety of these characters.
Right.
To understand how this tiny little thing, an insect,
Right.
can completely turn their world upside down.
It's like that old saying, right? Like chaos theory, the butterfly effect. Like something so small can have such huge repercussions. And it's not just the external threat, right? The cicadas themselves.
No.
It's the internal struggles of the characters too.
Yes. That's what drew me in.
Okay.
You've got Vicky, the detective.
Yeah.
She's trying to hold on to some semblance of order,
Wow.
while everything around her is falling apart.
Oh, it's going to be tough.
And her excerpts really show that conflict between her duty as an officer and her instinct to protect her daughter, Sadie.
Oh, wow.
So it's like a very human struggle.
Yeah, that makes her a really compelling character right away.
Absolutely. There's this rawness to her internal monologue, makes her relatable, even if.
Even if you're not fighting off cicadas on a daily basis.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so we've got Vicky.
Then we have Will.
Okay, tell me about Will.
Will's got this almost like unnerving connection to the cicadas.
Oh, interesting.
It's like hinted that his experience with them changes how he sees reality,
Oh, wow.
like blurring the line between human and insect.
That's deep.
It is. That's some thought-provoking stuff.
So he's not just like swatting them away. He's like,
No, it's like there's something deeper going on.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is he a victim? Is he a prophet? Is he something else entirely?
Right. Like, what's his deal?
Yeah.
And that's the mark of a good writer, I think. Marino, he doesn't spoon-feed you the answers.
Yeah.
He gives you just enough to,
To get you hooked.
to spark your curiosity. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good tactic.
And make you want to figure out the mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got a gripping premise, a master of atmosphere,
Right.
some really compelling characters.
Compelling characters.
What else can potential readers expect from this book?
Well, from these excerpts, it seems like Marino's playing with the blend of genres,
Okay, like what?
There's definitely horror, right? Like creepy crawlies, unsettling atmosphere.
Yeah.
But it's not just straight up horror.
Okay.
There are these hints of sci-fi with like mentions of advanced tech and genetic manipulation, even.
Oh, wow.
And then there's that like undercurrent of suspense, you know, like a thriller. It keeps you guessing what's going to happen next.
So it's like a genre smoothie?
Yeah, like a genre blend.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good way to put it.
I like that.
And that's what makes it so intriguing. It's not easily categorized, which keeps the reader on their toes.
Right.
You're constantly asking, is this a monster story? Is this a cautionary tale about, you know, science going too far? Or is it something else entirely?
Yeah, it's like it keeps you guessing, keeps you engaged.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like he takes familiar elements but twists them into something fresh, you know, something unpredictable.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
And this complexity, it extends to the themes, too.
Okay.
We see these hints of the fragility of society, the ethics of, you know, scientific advancements, even the power of faith and belief systems when things go haywire.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like this book has the potential to be more than just, like, a fun read.
Right.
Like, it could actually make you think.
Make you think.
About our relationship with technology, nature, maybe even like what it means to be human.
Exactly. Like that's the mark of a truly great book, right? It's one that entertains you but also challenges you.
Yeah.
To see the world in a new way.
See the world in a new light.
Exactly.
Okay, so far so good.
So far so good.
The Swarm seems like it's ticking all the boxes for a really compelling and thought-provoking read.
It does.
But we've only just, you know, scratched the surface here.
Oh yeah, we've got a lot more to dive into.
Yeah, there's a lot more to uncover in these excerpts.
Definitely.
And even more beyond them in the actual full book.
In the full story.
Yeah, so let's keep digging.
Let's keep digging. You know what's really neat about how Marino handles these big ideas, these themes?
Yeah.
He doesn't like bash you over the head with them.
Right.
It's not like, here's my thesis statement on the fragility of society.
Yeah.
They kind of emerge naturally.
Organically.
Yeah.
Like from the characters, from what they go through.
Exactly.
It's not like a philosophy textbook.
No.
It feels very real. Like grounded in what the characters are actually dealing with.
Exactly.
Trying to survive, trying to understand what's happening.
Like take Vicky, for instance.
Okay. Vicky the detective.
Yeah, you see her like questioning her own beliefs as she's watching everything fall apart.
Yeah. Law and order's breaking down.
Exactly. And she's got to confront her own limitations, you know, as a protector.
Yeah.
And you see her grappling with the moral gray areas.
Oh, interesting.
That pop up when everything's going haywire.
Right, because all bets are off at that point.
Right.
There's a scene, I think it's in one of these excerpts, where she has to make this really tough choice.
Yeah.
Like a decision that before all this happened would have been unthinkable.
Right.
And it's a powerful moment.
It is.
Really shows how much this cicada thing has messed with her, you know?
Yeah, it shows you how Marino uses this external conflict, the swarm, to get at the internal conflicts you know, of the characters.
It forces them to reevaluate what's important.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's not just Vicky either. Great. Will's transformation, that's even more dramatic.
Oh, okay.
His connection to the cicadas, it seems like it's both physical and psychological.
Oh, wow.
And you get the sense that he's becoming something else.
Ooh, creepy.
Yeah. There's this excerpt where he talks about feeling their vibrations inside his own body. And it's both beautiful and disturbing.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, and it makes you think about what is consciousness, really?
Right.
What are the boundaries between species?
Yeah.
Can humans and insects actually merge in some way?
Yeah, it's like tapping into our primal fear of the unknown.
Totally.
The things that are right there with us, but so different.
Yeah, we share the world with them, but
we don't understand them.
We don't get them.
Yeah.
And there are these hints in the excerpts, too, about, a deeper connection between Will and the cicadas, almost mystical.
Okay.
There's this recurring image of, this specific cicada. It's got these, unusual markings.
Okay.
And it seems to be, guiding him.
Oh, wow.
It's such a cool detail.
That's creepy.
It adds this whole layer of intrigue.
So it's like Are the cicadas just bad guys?
Right.
Or is there something else going on?
Is there a plan?
Right. Are they the villains?
Or are they using Will?
Right.
Is he being manipulated? Or is he choosing this?
Right.
It's
So frustrating.
so good, though.
But good.
It's so good.
Because you have to know.
You have to keep reading.
Yeah.
It's that mystery that keeps you hooked.
Yeah.
And it's not just the big questions either.
Okay.
Marino's really good at the smaller scale suspense, too.
Oh, okay.
You know, like those tense moments, those close calls.
Oh, yeah.
That get your heart racing.
I was holding my breath reading some of these excerpts.
You.
Just like waiting to see if the characters were going to make it.
It's like edge of your seat stuff.
Yeah.
Even though it's just like, snippets. You know, it shows how good he is at crafting a narrative.
Yeah, he knows how to, like...
Pull you in.
Yeah, push your buttons.
Yeah, play on your fears, your hopes, everything.
Yeah, like a masterclass in
writing.
Yeah.
In storytelling.
Yeah, I was going to say suspense, but yeah, storytelling, all of it.
Yeah.
And speaking of the writing...
Yes.
Marino's prose, it's interesting.
It is.
It's not, like, flowery or super descriptive.
No, it's very...
But it's really effective.
Yeah. He uses language sparingly, like each word is doing a lot of work.
You mentioned earlier his skill with sound.
Yeah.
But he's good with the visuals, too.
Oh, absolutely.
There's an excerpt, I think it's after a cicada attack.
Yeah.
And it's horrifying.
It is.
But also kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah. Like a nightmare, but beautiful. Like there's a poetry to it.
It's like he's saying, even in all the chaos and destruction, there's still beauty to be found.
There is.
Okay, we've talked characters, themes, suspense, the writing style. But there's one more thing that really pops out from these excerpts.
What's that?
The setting.
Oh, yeah.
The setting is almost a character itself.
It is.
Yeah.
Marino creates this sense of place it's both familiar and really alien.
Yeah. It's like you recognize the world.
You do.
But it's been twisted.
Warped.
Yeah, by the cicada.
By the cicadas.
Like it's our world, but not.
Yeah, there's this feeling of desolation.
Yeah.
Emptiness, like...
Empty towns.
Yeah, abandoned highways.
Houses covered in cicada husks.
It's bleak, but it draws you in.
Yeah.
Like, he's using the setting to mirror the character's state of mind.
Right, like their isolation.
Their despair.
Yeah.
It's a world that's both, like, claustrophobic and vast.
Yeah, at the same time.
Which adds to that whole feeling of unease.
Makes you think, like, what happens to us, to humanity, when the familiar becomes strange?
When the world we know
right.
isn't recognizable anymore.
And that's a question that sticks with you.
It does.
Even after you put the excerpts down.
That's the power of a good book.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
It makes you see things differently.
Makes you ask questions.
Yeah.
We're almost done with our deep dive into The Swarm.
Okay.
We've covered a lot, but there's still so much more to explore.
Let's finish strong. So we've got, like, compelling characters.
Yeah.
Thought-provoking themes, this unique blend of genres. And Marino's a master at building suspense.
Oh, yeah.
Using the setting to really draw you in.
Yeah, but what I find really fascinating is even with all that, it doesn't feel like too much. You know, it's not overwhelming.
It's not, like, convoluted.
Right, exactly.
It all feels very purposeful.
Yeah.
Like, everything's there for a reason.
Every detail,
Yeah.
every interaction, it's, like, carefully chosen to tell the story.
No wasted space.
No wasted space.
Yeah.
And that's what makes his writing so effective.
Okay.
It's that economy of language.
Right. He's not, like, beating you over the head with descriptions.
No.
Or, like, info dumps.
No, he trusts the reader
All right.
to fill in the gaps, to make those connections.
To do some of the work.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's what makes it engaging, right?
That's what makes it fun.
You're like an active participant.
Yeah.
Not just, like, passively reading.
You're thinking, you're analyzing, trying to figure out what's going to happen.
And he gives you those little clues.
Yeah. Like breadcrumbs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little hints.
Like that cicada with the weird markings?
Yes. What is that about?
Right. What's its deal?
We don't know.
We got to find out.
We got to keep reading.
So it's like a puzzle box.
Yeah.
And he gives you the pieces. Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
But not necessarily the instructions.
Right.
And that's what makes The Swarm more than just another, like, killer bug story.
Right. It's deeper than that.
It's about us.
It's about humanity.
Yeah. Our relationship with nature, what we do to the planet.
The consequences,
Right.
and what happens when we're faced with something we don't understand.
Yeah.
Something powerful.
Something unknown.
The potential for destruction, but also for connection, maybe.
Okay.
Oh.
We keep saying thought-provoking.
We do.
But this book, it really lives up to that.
It does.
Just these excerpts, they've got us talking, debating.
Absolutely.
I can only imagine what the full book will do.
It's one of those books, that stays with you.
Oh, yeah.
Like long after you finish it.
The images, the characters.
Themes.
It makes you think about your own life.
Yeah.
Your place in the world.
It's a reminder of the power of a good story.
Yeah.
How it can, transport you.
To another world. Yeah, make you question things.
And make you see things differently.
Yeah. Okay, before we wrap up,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to that idea of symbiosis.
Oh, yeah, between humans and cicadas.
Yeah, like will and
Yeah.
that weird connection.
Right. Is that even possible?
Like, can we adapt, survive by merging with these creatures?
Or is it a trap,
Right. Like, do we lose ourselves in the process?
Yeah.
Marino doesn't give us the answer,
He doesn't.
but it's a question worth thinking about.
It is. It gets to the heart of the book.
That interconnectedness,
The balance, the harmony, the chaos.
And every reader gets to decide what they think.
That's the great thing about literature.
Yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all answer.
Multiple interpretations.
Starts conversation.
Makes you think critically.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Our deep dive into The Swarm.
Andy Marino.
We've looked at the excerpts, the characters, the big ideas.
The suspense, the style, the whole shebang.
Hopefully, we've piqued your interest.
Giving you a taste.
A glimpse of what's waiting for you in this book.
If you're looking for a book that'll challenge you, entertain you,
Yeah.
and stay with you.
The Swarm might be just the ticket.
Happy reading. And that's our summary for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to grab your free copy of the audiobook using the link in the description below. See you next time.